Hello, my beloved baller friends. My name is Jay DeCasby. Today, I would like to formally issue my $10,000 baller challenge. After years of endless searching and trying desperately to, at first, refute flat Earth and then prove the ball Earth hypothesis, I, despite all of my hard work and efforts, was unable to find a single shred of factual and irrefutable evidence to support the existence of a spinning ball Earth in our reality. Thus, I am officially calling on all ballers, ball Earth believers, from all walks of life, no matter the rank, status, or position you hold in this world without exception. Absolutely everyone is welcome, including and especially scientists, physicists, astrophysicists, astronomers, astronauts, everyone aerospace, NASA, RASA, JAXA, ESA, and every other space station and program around the world, mathematicians, architects, engineers, surveyors, pilots, sailors, captains, instructors, professors, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and everyone in between. Yes, Masons and Jesuits, you are welcome too. Goyim and non-goyim. If you, or anyone you know, believe that you have what it takes to prove the spinning ball Earth mythos to be an incontestable fact of our reality, please listen to the following carefully. $10,000 cash will be awarded to anyone who can provide one piece of factual and irrefutable evidence to support two things: A, the curvature of the alleged spinning ball Earth, and B, the motion of the alleged spinning ball Earth. Rules, terms, and conditions. Please listen carefully. Firstly, just to be exceptionally clear, factual means concerned with what is actually the case rather than interpretations of or reactions to it. Actually occurring. Of relating to or characterized by facts. Of the nature of fact, real, actual. Fact means a thing that is indisputably the case, something that has actual existence, an actual occurrence. Irrefutable means not capable of being refuted or disproved, impossible to deny or disprove, not refutable, incontrovertible. Please keep the definitions of factual and irrefutable in mind when preparing, presenting, and receiving judgment on your evidence. Those two words are the main criteria by which everyone's evidence will be judged. Number 1. In the comment section below, present one. You can do more if you'd like, but at least one piece of factual and irrefutable evidence for A, the curvature, and B, the motion of the alleged spinning ball Earth. Number 2. Each piece of evidence provided for both the curvature and the motion must be accompanied by an experiment, test, or method, proving and showing the way through which you obtained your result. Number 3. Your experiment, test, or method must be replicable, and the same result must be obtained by myself and others in order for your evidence to be considered. There are many different kinds of experiments, tests, and measurements that anyone should be able to do to easily prove both the curvature and the motion of the alleged spinning ball. If you need some ideas for such experiments, please see some examples below of others attempting to find both the curvature and the motion of the alleged spinning ball. Bedford Level, 1838, the curvature. Airy's Failure, 1871, for motion. Michelson-Morley, 1887, for motion. Sagnac, 1913, motion. Michelson-Gale, 1925, for motion. Number 4. Your evidence will be evaluated and judged using none other than the scientific method itself. Just a quick reminder for anyone who has forgotten what the scientific method is and how it works. The scientific method is a method of research in which A, a problem is identified, B, relevant data are gathered, C, a hypothesis is formulated from these data, D, the hypothesis is empirically tested, and E, data is analyzed and a conclusion is drawn. To quickly touch on D, empirically tested. Empirical means based on, concerned with, or verifiable by observation or experience rather than theory or pure logic, derived from or guided by experience or experiment, depending upon experience or observation, provable or verifiable by experience or experiment. Thus, some examples of evidence that won't qualify. I heard it from, I saw it on, everyone knows this, the scientific community said so, NASA said so, Neil deGrasse Tyson said so, the astronauts said so, the theory of gravity said so, so-and-so university said so, so-and-so scientists said so, Donald Pettit or Barry Wilmore filmed this from the ISS, evidence that only the Hubble Space Telescope or a satellite could see, evidence that only a certain university or qualified group of individuals can produce, photos. I hate to rule those out, but for the sake of saving time, I am going to. Photos can be easily manipulated and thus will not be considered as evidence. Videos. I will allow video footage as evidence because videos are harder to manipulate. You can attach a fisheye or a wide-angle lens and make a flat surface look curved due to the distortion, though this trickery will be exposed as soon as the camera pans up and down. But no matter the lens you fasten to your eyeball or camera, you simply cannot make a ball look perfectly flat. To make a ball look flat, you would have to either use CGI or heavy post-production editing, and your fraud will be very easily exposed by the pixelation and the distortion of pixels where you pulled your curved ball into a flat surface. This gets even more complicated the more the camera pans or tilts up and down. Thus, you can present video footage and it will be evaluated like all other evidence using the scientific method. If we are unable to obtain the same result, or if our result is different, your evidence will unfortunately not pass. Hopefully you get the idea. Your experiments and tests by which you obtained your evidence must be replicated. I care not about what anyone says or has seen or heard. If I, or anyone, cannot replicate your experiment and come to the same result, your evidence will not qualify. 5. To make things more fair and, of course, interesting, I will have a special guest judge on the panel, none other than the amazing, the smart, and very talented, the man, the legend himself, Mr. Eric Dubay. He will join me in empirically testing your evidence and providing the final judgment. Please, read the above rules one more time if you have to. Irrefutable facts of reality and the scientific method will be the judges of your evidence. Eric and I will simply be delivering the judgment to you. Number 6. Please check the thread. If your evidence has already been presented and judged, I will likely just tag you under the comment in the interest of saving time. I may address the same evidence a couple times if need be, but unfortunately I don't have the time to repeat myself over and over and over again. Number 7. If you are commenting under someone else's comment, please understand that the reply priority will go to the initial commenter. If there will be extra time, myself or Eric may respond to additional comments, but priority will go to the original commenters. If you want to ensure that your evidence is seen, please comment it as a new comment and not as a reply to someone else's, as it may be missed that way. Number 8. If your evidence hasn't been addressed by myself or Eric, please consider your case still open. Judgment on your evidence will only count from myself or Eric, not other commenters. Number 9. To all my religious folks, please pay attention to this rule. Though I very much do understand where you may be coming from, for the sake of sanity and keeping focus on flat Earth, please refrain from religious debates and arguments. Earth is flat regardless of any religious text or religion saying so. Flat Earth has nothing to do with religion and everything to do with spirituality, truth, which is, of course, different. I will be issuing future challenges for various commonly accepted religious beliefs, so you will have the opportunity to express yourselves then, but for the sake of keeping this thread focused on this topic of flat Earth, please refrain from religious discussions here. Thank you. 10. I am doing this challenge to help bring attention to this highly important topic. I am not doing it to start fights, attacks, or arguments. Therefore, please refrain from foul language, attacks, and verbal abuse. If I do notice this happening, you will be given one warning, after which, if you do not comply, you will be disqualified and blocked. I do not want to disqualify or block anyone because I want everyone to have an amazing and positive learning experience from everything that will be discussed, so please don't make me do it. Keep your discussion civil and professional. Thank you. 11. Have an amazing time. This should be fun and enlightening more than anything. I want everyone to enjoy this, so please contribute positively and we will all have a great time together no matter our differences. 12. This isn't so much of a rule but more of a request. If you are inclined to do so, please share this challenge with everyone you know. Together, we will make a difference. If your evidence does not qualify or factually and irrefutably prove the spinning ball Earth, you will be given an explanation as to why and how that is so. Your evidence will be evaluated based on the criteria above. Therefore, your explanation will provide the process by which we determined your evidence was not valid. If you do provide this factual and irrefutable evidence that will, once and for all, establish that Earth is in fact a water-bending, ocean-curving, spinning, tilting, wobbling, and hurtling through infinite space and into oblivion ball, you will be rewarded the $10,000 cash because, believe me, my dear baller friend, if you do, you deserve not just the $10,000, but all the money in the world that you could possibly ask for. You will be the first person in the history of human existence to prove factually the existence of a spinning ball Earth. For the sake of this challenge, however, you will only get $10,000. If you live in the United States and would like a 3-day, 2-night trip to Los Angeles, California, I will pay for your travel and stay at the Montage Hotel in Beverly Hills and personally deliver the $10,000 cash to you, filmed live on Facebook and YouTube for the entire world to see. If you are not in the U.S., the money will be either wire transferred to you or converted to Bitcoin and sent to you, after which I will send you instructions on how to convert it to your home currency. As a bonus, if you or anyone you know can demonstrate the bending and or the curving of still water with a replicable experiment, especially around a spinning ball, you will be awarded an additional $40,000 for a total of $50,000 cash. I will also reach out to the producers of the top talk shows in LA and ask that they air you and your amazing talent for the world to see. You will be the first human in the history of humanity to do what the science community claims is happening today, right now as we speak, with the spinning ball Earth. Last but most certainly not least, I would like to personally challenge and call out Neil deGrasse Tyson. I could care less which degree you have achieved in masonry, Neil, nor how much or how well you are respected amongst your brethren. You are not too big to back up your own words with factual and irrefutable evidence. Now, I do understand that your masters pay you to keep the sheeple goyim and non-goyim in this perpetual state of mind-numbing delusion, thoroughly sedated and deceived. But if you are 0.5% of a real man, perhaps for the very first time in your entire life, you can actually prove that you are not a patent fraud and can back up your words with factual and irrefutable evidence. Step up to the plate, whether you care for $10,000 or not, and provide evidence for your officially oblate, spheroid, slightly wider below the equator than above the equator, chubbier on the bottom, spinning pear-shaped Earth. Please also bring your buddy Joe Rogan with you as well. Maybe the two of you can explain to me and everyone joining this challenge why you two ran away like cowards from the scheduled Flat Earth debate with Eric Dubay, and why, after agreeing to the debate, announcing it on his show, and scheduling and rescheduling it on his website, Joe hasn't even so much as attempted to reach out to Eric about it to try to make it happen. Perhaps you can also explain to everyone why 1 hour after Joe announced and confirmed the debate with yourself and Eric, Eric's YouTube channel of 7+ years, 135,000 plus subscribers, and almost 30 million views got terminated and he himself got banned from YouTube. Eric exposing a little too much for the goyim to see. Goyim awaken, shut it down, disgust. The two of you should be ashamed of yourselves. You ran faster than a dog with its tail between its legs when it came down to it. You two are scared to death to face Eric, man to man, because you know the two of you would be exposed as the patent frauds that you are. And Neil, your career would be over in the most humiliating and embarrassing way imaginable, as the whole world would realize the utter fraud, the lies and the deceit that you have been shoving down their throats on behalf of your masters. Man up and own up to what you have done, and face Eric Dubay in a flat earth debate like it was planned and scheduled for the whole world to see and hear. Oh, and maybe Joe could also explain why he did a complete 180 on his moon landing hoax exposing campaign, from "there's no way people went to the moon, there's no way," to "how could I even argue it?" Shill, Joe. You're a shill. Quit sucking each other off and debate with Eric Dubay. I'll drop a link to the video called Neil deGrasse Tyson and Joe Rogan Lie about Eric Dubay debate. Please watch it for more details and hear it from Eric himself. Let's settle this once and for all. Is Earth a water bending, an ocean curving, spinning, tilting, wobbling, and hurtling through infinite space into oblivion ball, or pear, according to Neil deGrasse Tyson, originating from a 13 billion year ago accidental Big Bang cosmic sneeze, or potentially fart? Or is Earth flat and motionless with everything in the sky revolving around us, as all ancient civilizations knew since the beginning of recorded human history, intelligently and divinely created, making us the crown and the center of creation? Is there a greater purpose to humanity, Earth, and everything on it than we have been misled to believe? And is that why we have been so exceptionally and so thoroughly deceived? We're about to find out. Stay tuned. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to accept what is true. The truth fears no investigation. Thank you for tuning in and for participating. Good luck, and I wish you all the best.